Welcome to this week's installment of Tips and Tricks with Jamie. This week we are going to take a peek at what weight should I pick up. I hear this a lot in our strength class. It's where do I start? There's all these weights. Should I do 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15? So we're going to talk about some tips today. So everywhere you turn, magazines, books, billboards, if we're looking at the gym, if we're looking in Target, if we're looking in the store, all we see is strength training is like the thing to do to transform our bodies, right? But where the heck, do you start, right? You walk into a gym, you walk into a store, and you're like, I'm gonna buy some dumbbells, but how do you decide? So I'm gonna kind of say that it's kind of like the story of the 3 bears, except we are gonna look at the story of Jamie. Story time. Once upon a time, there was a young lady named Jamie who went to the gym. It was like the 3 little bears, very similar story. One weight, it wasn't right, it was too easy. She was flinging it around everywhere. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the other extreme. So she goes and picks up a heavy weight. And, oh girl, I think she strained something. And then she was like, you know what? I'm gonna find something right in the middle that's just right. And that is what she did. So why do we need strength training? There's really 3 main reasons. Number 1, strength training is going to function as a major pathway to lose weight, lose body fat, and here's the other deal, gain lean muscle mass. So if we want to get to do that as a beginner, it's so very important to find a starting point when it comes to choosing the right amount of weight, because we don't want to pick something that's too light, and we definitely don't want to pick something that's too heavy. So how do you find that one right in the middle? So if you stick tight, I have four tips that we're going to go over to pick up what could be the right weight for you. Stay tuned. Tip number 1. When we are first starting out in strength training, what I'm going to recommend is that you don't actually pick up a dumbbell at all. What? It's so very important when you're in the beginning of your journey of strength training or coming back that you work on the form of the move. Now, what the heck do I mean when I say that? So if we are doing some sort of, let's do bicep curl. If we're gonna do a bicep curl, we wanna make sure that we're using the correct form and arms aren't going every direction before we start adding weights to it. So first tip, try the move without any weights. Tip 2. When you are ready for weights, let's look at the part of the body that you're actually gonna work on, because that is gonna at least set the range of what type of weight that you're gonna be looking for. For instance, if you're gonna be working shoulders, you may pick a weight that's in the medium category. If you're going to go and work the back of your triceps, it may be a little lighter. And then when we head down to our legs, girl, we can load some weight up on those legs. The other piece is to take a look at how many reps or how many that you plan on doing. If you plan on doing, 6, you could probably pick up a little bit heavier of a weight. But if your day is looking at volume or how many lots and lots and lots that you can do, like if you're gonna do 12 to 15, you're not gonna want that heavy weight. You wanna be able to keep a good form through the entire time, even when you get to those last few reps. Tip number 3, start light and work up with your weights. So what I like to do is use a warm-up with the same move that I'm going to be working and pick a light weight. That way I can kind of judge where I'm at. Does this feel like a good weight? Is this super light? And then from there, I can go up. The other thing that I like to do, and gyms probably don't like me doing this, is I actually like to get 3 sets of weights and set them in front of me. And what I'll do is either go up or go down in weight depending on where I am in the move. I also highly recommend keeping a journal. It's a great way so that when you come back to that muscle group, you can remember what weight you were like, that was a great weight for the move. For example, if we are doing like overhead presses and we did, let's say we did 12 reps of overhead presses and we used a certain weight, we're gonna wanna write that in our journal so that when we return to work out with shoulders, we know which weight we can go straight to as a starting point. Tip number 4. This last one here, I'm gonna say is the most important one. You wanna pick a weight where it's challenging for the last few reps, but you're not compromising your form. That's the key to this. You don't wanna get to those last couple reps and you're losing control of the move. You wanna make sure that the move from the very bottom to the top is very controlled, and you are able to make sure that you're not going to cause harm to your body.
So here's the things, friends. You got to listen to your body. It is completely 100% okay to go with a trial and error method. I say pick up a weight. If it's too easy, put it down. Go get something a little heavier. Same thing. If the weight is too heavy, girl, put it down. If you feel wonky at any time picking up a weight, it's time for you to adjust, whether that's too light or too heavy. And it's okay if you do a set and you're like, well, that was super easy. Go up on the next set. If you are feeling that you are ready to go to the next level, challenge yourself. Pick up that next level of weights. I like to try it in two-pound increments. So if I do a set of, I'm picking on shoulders today. If I do a set of shoulders and I get all the way through and I'm like, that was a little easy, I'm gonna go up in 2-pound increments to find that right weight. Okay, I said that this was only gonna be 4 tips, but I'm gonna throw in a little PS or tip 5. Do not look at what weight your friend's lifting, what you see somebody on social media lifting, what that guy next to you is lifting. Strength training is completely 100% individualized to you. All right, guys, that concludes this week's episode of Get Fit with Jay Tips and Tricks. This week we took a focus on finding that right dumbbell for you. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I am looking for topics, so if there's anything that you're like, girl, I'd like to know a little bit more about that, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Thanks, guys. What this channel is all about is finding and building our inner badasses. If you're like, girl, this is the spot I need to be in, hang tight. Each week I'm gonna have a video uploaded that'll be on a specific topic to help us build some healthy habits. But in addition to that, you guys will see some routines from hip hop, cardio, and also from our strength classes. Take a look around. If you like it, go hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, go click that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Make a comment below. Let me know what you think and if there's any other topics that you would like to hear about. Thank you.